Today we're going to go over lavalier microphones. They come in a pack like this. This is kit number 8. In this pack it comes with 3 receivers, 2 body pack transmitters, and then also a shotgun mic transmitter. It comes with 2 lavalier microphones that clip into the transmitters that then click onto your talent, and then the cords, connector cables that go to the receivers that then plug into your audio recorder. Now, we are not recording audio, we are just transmitting it. You still need an audio recorder to go with this, otherwise the audio is going nowhere. Now, when you check out a lavalier kit, you also get a pack of AA rechargeable batteries. There comes a charger, and they come with 10 batteries in these pouches up here. And basically, the ones you need, you will have in the microphone system. The ones you don't need should just always be charging somewhere, especially when you're on set. The charger cable is in this pocket up here. It plugs into the wall. If you're the sound recordist on set, it is up to you to make sure you have fresh batteries ready to go. Always have batteries charging. It is a good idea to also just buy your own set of AA batteries that you can rely on in case of an emergency. Okay, so this is a transmitter. This is what's going to go on your actor, go on your talent. How you can easily tell these apart, the transmitter from the receiver, is the mute button. If it has a mute button, that means it's for the actor. The mute button is anytime an actor wants privacy. If they go to the restroom or something like that, they hit the mute button and then you can't listen to them. Basically, all we're doing with these sets of things is we're just powering them, connecting their cables, and then making sure that they're talking to each other. Setting up the audio system isn't difficult once you know how to do it. So to plug in the lav microphone, it comes with a locking cable, and the cable goes into this locking connector at the top. And you would plug that in and lock that down, and then it should be good to go. The kit comes with 2 of these for both of the transmitters. I'm not going to demo that much further than this. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, to put batteries into this, it comes with a battery tray where you must press both of these buttons on the sides and then slide out the battery tray. This just disconnects from the entire unit and then has a door where you would then place your batteries inside. Simply slide it back into place, and now you have batteries. Turn it on, you press and hold the power button. We'll put that to the side for now. It's the same system on the receiver. You hold the 2 buttons on the side down with one hand and then slide the battery pack out, put the batteries inside, close the trap door, slide it back, press and hold the middle power button to turn it on. So once both units are on, we basically just have to sync them. This set of unit has a button that says NFC sync. That is literally the only button that we really need to know is right there. You're going to press and hold that. What it's going to do is it's going to scan all the frequencies and find the cleanest feed. And then it's going to have this blinking screen that's basically telling you, I'm ready to sync. If you don't sync it in time, after the course of maybe 10 seconds, it's going to say sync incomplete. And then to restart the process, you just have to hold down the button again. I'm going to let that happen. So yes, it's telling me incomplete. I would just press and hold that button again to start the sync process. And then to sync them, you're just going to make these units kiss. And then they will vibrate once they have sunk, once they have synced, once they are sunken. Just to show you that again, when you basically, this little logo right here, this square looking logo, you're going to want to put those 2 logos as close to each other as possible. I have students who try to sync like this and just hold them together in weird ways. Even this isn't good enough. Like, commit their love, unite them in holy matrimony, and then they will sync. Just to show you one more time, we'll press and hold that sync button. It's going to scan for the best channel. Not like this, not like this. Commit. And once they vibrate, their numbers will correspond to each other, and these units will be talking to each other. So this one you put on the actor, and this one, using one of these XLR cables that I found in the kit, this also has a locking system. You'll put that in place, lock it down, and then plug this into your audio recorder, and then now you're ready to go. You have wireless transmission and sound. There's a few other sub-menu system headings. The only thing that might at some point maybe be helpful to you is the output level. Now, sometimes you have a scene where characters are really quiet. They have to whisper, and for some reason you can't quite adjust the audio on the audio recorder to record it at a usable level. If you go to output level and press and hold set so that you can change it, your output level can basically increase the volume to +3 decibels, +6, +9, all the way to +12. Does it go past +12? No, only +12. Or vice versa, if you're somewhere really loud and you want to lower the output level, you can lower it here. Now by default, this should always be at 0. But if you're in a scene where something's really, really loud or really, really quiet, and on the audio recorder, you can't adjust it enough to make it the correct volume, you can go and modulate the volume within the audio receiver. Now, if you turn this up, you're going to increase the kind of gain and distortion and noise that you get. So there's pros and cons, but if you just need to up the volume and you've done all you can on the audio recorder by turning the knobs all the way up and setting that gain as high as possible, and you still need more volume, you can up the volume within the receiver. But 99% of the time, this needs to just stay at 0. Now, something cool that this wireless set enables you to do is to turn your shotgun mic into a wireless system. Instead of dragging and dangling the XLR cable everywhere, you can simply make the shotgun mic wireless. The way you set that up is the same thing. You're gonna turn on your receiver. There's a little case for this unit, but basically what's gonna happen is you're going to the shotgun mic straight into this system, and then put this in the mount as you would normally if it was wired. This has a port on the back of it for the batteries. Unscrew this silver spring adjusted metal thing, insert your batteries, and then close it, turn it on, and then we're gonna sync both of these as well. The way you sync this is you wanna get that logo as close to that logo as possible. The square next to the square. I found that the easiest way to sync this one is actually turning it upside down and putting these together. So once again, we're gonna press and hold the sync button. It's gonna scan to find the best frequency, and then we're going to touch these together. And once again, it vibrates when it's ready. You plug this into your audio recorder, and your shotgun mic is now wireless. Now, our number one no-no with this, the number one thing you can do to make the equipment room mad at you is if you leave the batteries in here when you put it away. You must take the batteries out, because these batteries, especially in a hot or maybe even a cold car, will explode and corrode and bust. And if it ruins this tray, it ruins this whole set, and these are much more expensive than you want to pay to replace. When you are done and you're wrapping up and putting all the gear away on set, remove the batteries and put them back in the battery kit. Okay, so what we just looked at was kit 8. Kit 6, 7, and 8 are new models of the Sony wireless system, but kit 1 through 5 are a mix. They're all old models with one newer transmitter inside. These sync up slightly differently. So it's still the same setup. You have 2 body pack transmitters and a shotgun mic transmitter, and then 3 receivers. It's still 2 lavs and then all the cords that go to the XLR audio recorder. The battery tray for these are in the side unit. They pop out. You pinch this and it'll spring-loaded pop out, and then you pop them back in. The same is true of the receiver. The tray pops out. We'll put 2 of our batteries into the tray and then slide that in there. Now, to sync these where the other 2 you press together, these have infrared panels on the sides of them, that little square rectangle. You're going to want to hold those together. That's how these are going to sync. In order to sync these, you have to power this on and go into the menu by just going the up and down for the plus and minus button, just going down to auto set, press and hold auto set, press yes. It's going to find it, and then when these are close enough together, it's going to ask you on this device, sync. You want to cycle this to yes, press yes, and they're going to auto sync. Now their numbers will correspond. There's an easier way to sync this. If you have your transmitter already on, you can actually hold power and set at the same time just to turn the receiver on, and it's going to automatically scan and start the sync process. It's going to scan and find the best frequency. You can press these together and say sync, and then this you want to say yes, I do want you to sync, and then their numbers will correspond. Now they're talking to each other. So you can do it in the menu system, or you can just press and hold power and set and make sure these are close enough together and say yes to sync, and then it'll sync them together. And now you should be good for all day. These are connected and they are ready to go all day. The same is true of the shotgun mic setup. It's square, the infrared square is on the side. If we wanted to sync this together, again, we go down to auto set, we do set, we say yes, we put these squares together. It's going to ask you if you want to sync over here, you say yes, and then now its numbers correspond. Now these are talking to each other. It's beautiful. It's an easy system. You just set it up once at the beginning of the day, or even the night before. If you're the sound mixer, you can just make sure that all the corresponding units talk to each other. I would do it on set, because what it's doing at first is it's scanning all the frequencies on set and finding the cleanest channels. I would actually always do that on set, because you want the cleanest channels so you're not getting interference from all of the transmission that's happening on set. But once they're talking to each other, they're talking to each other. You're good to go. You just press and hold the power to turn these off. Now the one thing that is different is that all of our units have had some broken pieces over the years. These are kind of fairly old now. We've had to put one new receiver inside of all of our kits 1 through 5. These don't sync together. So I have one old unit transmitter and one old unit receiver. And in order to sync this, you actually have to do this manually. You have to go in here and press and hold set, and then try to make the numbers match up. So 03, if you press set again, we want 1636. So once you would just scroll through the digits until you hit the matching corresponding units. And now our numbers match, and actually our RF emblem here will light up green when it's talking to something. So in order to match an old transmitter with a new receiver, you have to manually go into the receiver and match the numbers accordingly by pressing and holding set and then cycling through the digits. Notice that once we're off and not talking to each other, it turns red. But once again, we're back at 3, 1636. Once we're matched up, it goes green. So in order to use this new one with the old one, you have to manually insert the correct corresponding matching digits in the new one. And once again, please never, ever, ever leave the batteries in here. Turn them off, take the batteries out so that the batteries do not sit in here in a hot car and corrode and explode, and then you are out $700 to $800 depending on which unit you have to replace. Good luck on your shoot. Smash that like button!